Apprenticeships teach striving Americans the skills they need to operate incredible machines, and some of these machines are so intricate, so powerful.
Folks, there's a skills gap. Right now we have millions of open jobs, but President Trump signed this executive order where he hopes to attempt to have the government help fill the gap between the millions of highly skilled jobs available and the lack of trained people to actually fill them. Now, the administration plans to pour federal funds into these apprenticeship programs at corporations, so it's a public-private partnership of sorts. Joining us now are the heads of two Wisconsin-based firms involved in this, Rockwell Automation CEO Blake Moret and Manpower Chairman and CEO Jonas Prising. They are both joining us exclusively here on Countdown to the Closing Bell. Blake, I want to begin with you. Yesterday you were at the White House and you met with Ivanka Trump talking about all kinds of issues when it comes to the workplace. But let's talk about this glaring skills gap and then open jobs. How to fix that?
Well, in industry today, we have a lot of the people who operate the machinery and do the design work who are getting older, and we're having a shortage of finding people who can replace and also have the new skills for the new technology that helps those companies be more competitive.
Well, as the world's largest exclusively devoted company to automation in the world, you've already been doing this. You've taken it upon yourselves to start training people. Is it on your own dime? And what do you think about working with the government, which traditionally grinds very slowly?
Well, that's right. Rockwell Automation helps manufacturers and their people be more productive, quite simply. We're in virtually every plant and every mill in the U.S. and around the world, whether it's helping our customers process food and package it, move oil, make pharmaceuticals. That's what we've been doing, and it's the people as well as the technology that make the difference.
Jonas, you're at your headquarters in Milwaukee. I look at the unemployment rate. It continues to fall. We also got first-time jobless claims, more than expected today, and now we've had below 300,000, and that's sort of the benchmark for, I believe, 119 weeks in a row. Very impressive. But what are you at Manpower doing to try and figure out how to get people better paying jobs that are open but just can't be filled?
Well, Liz, as you explained, the labor market in the U.S. is very tight at this point. And just as Blake mentioned earlier, not only do we have the evolution of technology and demographics creating a skills shortage, but now also a very low unemployment rate. So now the question is, how can we bridge the skills gaps for those that are still outside of the workforce? And we think that that's going to be the defining challenge, frankly, for companies and societies alike, not only in the U.S., but also from our vantage point of 80 countries where we operate. We know that this is a structural change in many, many labor markets. So from that perspective, the idea of reinforcing apprenticeships, just as the president announced earlier today, and making it more accessible to more organizations is really a great idea in terms of having people that are instead of being graduate ready, they're work ready when they leave their education.
Yes, but not everybody can look at software and immediately distill how to work things like automation, or we know working on robotics, that suddenly become de rigueur. Veterans. Blake, you guys are looking at a program, and you've developed it with Manpower, where you want to upskill veterans because they don't need to be told twice how to do things. They are really smart. They can figure these things out quickly, and I'm just surprised that more veterans aren't hired by big corporations.
This is an extension of a program that we've used internally for many years to provide the advanced manufacturing skills for our own people. And we're taking it outside, and we're working with Manpower because veterans have the core work skills and very often the technical foundation to be able to learn how to help their companies compete worldwide in this new technology.
Jonas, as we finish up, both of your stocks are looking rather good. In the past year, I know that Rockwell's automation stock up 39% year over year, and you guys are up 20% year to date. And then we just see an incredible move for Manpower as well, far outpacing the S&P 500. But what are the highest paying jobs? We've got people watching right now who lost their job during the financial crisis, have to take on 2 jobs to get paid what they had been getting paid. What is the highest paying job out there right now that you know isn't going unfilled because of a skills gap? And how much does it pay per hour or salary, either one?
Of all categories,
Jonas?
I think if you look at jobs such as data analysts and data scientists, of course, in this age of data analytics, those at this point are absolutely the highest paying jobs. But what I'd like to point out is that jobs such as welding and trade skills are also very, very attractive jobs in terms of the ability to make a good living. So a very, very highly trained welder after a two-year training program and a college degree has the ability to make between $60,000 and $70,000 and even up to $80,000 and $90,000 a year because of the skills shortages that we discussed earlier.
Okay, and before we go, Blake, can you tell our viewers what a middle-paying job is in your world at Rockwell Automation?
So among our customers, the technician job is one of the most sought after and one of the jobs that this training will help most. It's people who have the technical knowledge as well as the application expertise to understand what goes on the plant floor.
Great to have all of you. Blake Moret is Rockwell Automation CEO, and Jonas Prising, Manpowergroup Chairman and CEO. And